Hey guys, Shawn Ziem, the host for the Network Marketing Insider, where I bring on guests that are involved in network marketing, affiliate marketing, and multi-level marketing, and they share their story. I want to do something different today. I did this before. Some housekeeping. If you're watching on one of the YouTube channels, please drop a hashtag live or hashtag replay. If you're listening to one of the audio as far as the podcast on Spotify and Apple and everything else, please do a review and make sure you guys all go to the description and reach out to my guest to learn more, take a look at their links, follow them on the different platforms that we have there. It's all about connecting, growing, and providing some massive value, guys. So don't just listen, take some action. So let me bring on my next guest. We have BWOMBUS. What's up, man? How are you?
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing fantastic. I appreciate you taking some time out of your day. What I'm doing
Yes, sir.
differently this year, guys, this year, last year I started the podcast. This year I've been kicking it off, but I'm also bringing in creators of tokens on the Algorand blockchain. So BWOMBUS is one, and I want to talk about how'd you get started and why did
Yeah,
you pick Algorand, man?
sure. I'd been on other networks, and there was just a whole bunch of headaches and heartache over there. One of the first times I built something with Verkle, and it got hacked within like a couple weeks. That was on
Uh,
Ethereum, and it just really rubbed me the wrong way. So I jumped around, and I really liked Cardano, but it just turns out that Algorand is the best. Cardano definitely has its place to some degree, but I really like Pera Wallet, best blockchain wallet I've used. Really intuitive, and just the speed of the network itself is amazing. So I love that. I've definitely connected with some founders and creators, developers and artists on different networks, and they're all great people. Some of them I've tried to bring over, but everyone's kind of entrenched in their own way of thinking. You really gotta bring something to the table that wows them. So I just figure as long as I just make a successful project on Algorand, then I can start bringing all of my developer and artist friends from other networks over here, and hopefully grow just the volume as far as like smart contracts being deployed over here, NFT sales volume, and just transaction volume in general.
No, yeah, I definitely agree with you. It's a great platform, but a lot of people don't know about it. And I think that's the problem. Nobody's promoting it the right way. So that's why I wanted to bring that more into my space as well to
Sure.
educate others. And can you talk
Okay.
about what your project's all about, your website, what your
Yeah.
plans are?
Sure. I'm actually working on a very basic, very bare bones version of a new website that'll have our poker rankings, schedule, and then of course a breakdown of our game and how it works, and et cetera, like that. Basically, just an info page with a bunch of links to help our partners market and help people find them. And of course, just verify some of our tokens. Our token BWOM is currently verified on Pera Wallet and anywhere else in the Algorand ecosystem. Unfortunately, these poker tokens I had made, one is just an NFT that basically just acts as an airdrop magnet. The other one does have a liquidity pool. We accept it for payment for games. We also run some raffles. Currently, there's a single entry raffle where you spend 169 common BWOMBUS poker chips, and you may win one BWOM, which is currently valued, I think, at about 12 to 13 Algo. And that's just, one person per entry. So, being a whale doesn't really help you in that situation. But yeah, the game itself currently utilizes BWOM to level up your creatures. In the future, we do plan on onboarding our partners' tokens, depending on a few factors, that will determine whether we get them on this year or potentially next year. We do have a huge list that just keeps growing. It's hard to not want to approach people and talk to them about a collaboration of some sort. In regards to marketing, some people won't even talk to you unless you agree to terms and something like that. And I generally just try to market for anyone who's making a positive influence on the project in some way, or at least I've had a positive interaction with them. Because if anyone is on this network doing what they should be doing and bringing some type of value, or at least not taking away, I believe they deserve a little boost. And I feel like to some degree it goes a little farther than you would think. Because if you're helping someone else out, eventually you'd hope that they would help you out, or at least other people will see that you're not a jerk and you're not trying to gatekeep what value you have, and you're trying to share and spread the love, everywhere. I just think, you get back what you give, and I'm just trying to give out as much positivity and, potential as I can. So yeah, just trying to partner with everyone that makes sense, that seems to have the same core values, or at least indicates they have the same passion and, a little bit of planning at least. I know some people kind of get into this and they're like, I'm just going to make a token. I'm going to put a bunch of money into the liquidity pool and hope it works out. That's a plan, I guess, if you're really rich, and then you can just keep pumping it while people do whatever. But I really try to partner with people who at least have somewhat of a plan, or they're at least open-minded and motivated and willing to take direction. I don't know everything, but I know a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And if I'm going to partner with anyone, I want to at least know that they're not just making a pump and dump. So everyone I've partnered with, for the most part, has been very transparent, very very helpful, very synergistic. So yeah, I guess a few of my partners, they are developers. I personally am the only true team member of my project. I have contracted a developer from the BWOMBUS project, contracted a developer from the Darkcoin project. Both of them specialize in Python, so that's what our game is currently in. Our scripts for all the airdrops are also written in Python. Half of those are fired off, well, I guess more than half are fired off by Darkcoin, and then a few are run by VVRealm. VVRealm is no longer on Twitter. I guess this is YouTube, so that doesn't matter. But they're great. They've been out of commission for a little bit. They're coming back. So our game, if anyone comes and joins, is not live yet. It should be live again tomorrow. It was just paused for a few days while I fixed a few things. Basically, the deal is you go to our link that Shawn is shared, and basically you get an egg, you get an incubator, you get either a core NFT of ours, which is like a little game cartridge, either a red or a green one. Those currently get airdrops, or they actually multiply your airdrops. And then if you get a collaboration game cartridge, those will, with an egg and with an incubator, a collaboration game cartridge will give you a creature that's specific to a project. There's only 100 or less per project, and the list of who we partnered with keeps growing. I think we're almost at 30 projects right now. Some of the most notable and recent would be Mingo, Raven Project, Thirstover, and the Node Keepers, or the guys that made that Nico coin, and they're doing a lot of good work, it seems. I know they're working with, I'm probably going to butcher the name, but the guy that is the artist for Dragon Embryos, and they're doing some great 3D modeling and animation. I love that. I know they've done some ads for Pera Wallet. So let me see. I got a little ahead of myself there. So yeah, the game is very simple. Basically, after you create your creature, and rarity as far as the creatures go, as of right now, for the core creatures, we have common and rare, and that actually will come into play later. But for anything that's collaboration based, the image, like, we have 95 basic images and then 5 rare or shiny skins, whatever you want to call them. They offer no benefit in game. They're just there for collectors if you want something special. So basically, you can have a common egg, a common incubator, common everything, and you can potentially get a rare when you evolve in our game. The rarity with the incubators is it just has to do with its durability. So a legendary, I think it has like a 25% chance to break, and a common has a 100% chance to break. So obviously, if you want to save some money, it's always better to try to snipe out a really rare incubator if you can find one. What else? I'm probably jumping all over the place here.
Talk about your building a community. How did you build a community around your project? Because that's a powerful thing in network marketing.
Well, I personally I never talk to anyone unless they're kind of in the trenches or the weeds with me. So I usually just join a lot of projects, touch them, play around, see what the value is, see what I like, see what I don't like, and then just start talking to the people in the community about that, and then try to basically do guerrilla market research as far as what everyone wants, and then kind of make my own thing, my own little hybrid on the side, and see if people like that. And so as far as like BWOMBUS goes, I started this about, I think, 6 months ago. I really wasn't taking it serious at all. I was like, I'll see if anyone is into this, and I made it, and it seemed like people were. So I was like, all right, well, let's go ahead and try to make this a thing. So we came up with the game, And then, I don't know if you've covered Womp Crew or any of the other poker groups out there. But I
Oh, not yet.
personally really like poker. I really like poker. It's actually what got me into crypto back in the day, just because this poker site that I would use would only accept Bitcoin. So I had to get Bitcoin to play. So in that sense, like, I just really wanted to make a little bit more utility for my tokens and help kind of give everyone something to do while they waited for our initial game to be made. Now that it's made, people can play that. But like I said, it's been down for maintenance for a few days. So it's really nice that we have the consistency of games every day for people to, kind of relax, hang out, maybe make some algos or some tokens. Currently, we accept our common poker chip and algo for entry fees. Unless it's a high roller game, then we accept our red rare poker chip. There's only 369 of those in existence, and they drop currently 690 common chips a week. And we've updated our airdrop schedule to fire off at 4:20 a.m. on Tuesdays. So if anyone's out there and they feel like getting some chips or something, definitely today would be the day before it fires off tomorrow, just so you can farm those. What else? We do have free games. We run those every now and then. I just ran one about 12 hours ago because I was up. And today we're just finishing up. We have rankings every quarter. We give out prizes for first, second, third place in our free games, standard games, and high roller games. So hopefully I'm going to get a standard game fired off here in a bit, and then a high roller near the end of the night. And then, that's a really good marketing opportunity. People can sponsor games. We'll go ahead and circulate their tokens. If they pay enough, we'll put them on the front page of our new website, as far as like a little, like, in the corner of the front page, I'll say, our top sponsors and a link in their name and etc. Anyone who's at least given us over 2,000 algo, either directly or in tokens that we sold. If they did that, then they're up there. The list so far, I think, is IPT, which would be the Infinite Potential token. I've been very, very supportive. And the Legend Project, I think they were really close to hitting 2,000, but either way, they've been really supportive, and I bet they'll get there. And I have a list. It's not with me. I apologize. Like I said, I'm driving. But everyone's been really great in working with us. Some people, of course, were a little hesitant at first because, I just came into this. No one really knew me. But actions speak louder than words. So I just try to do what I say. I try to do, more than I say sometimes. And sometimes I get a little excited. I'm like, oh, we're going to deploy this, or this is going to happen, tonight, everyone, et cetera, et cetera. And then something outside of my control happens. So I really need to work on just being quiet until everything's ready. But I know in this time, these turbulent times, everyone's really worried about rugs and hacks and, everything going south and going to zero. So I just constantly want to touch base and just kind of keep the momentum, keep the energy up, so to speak. So I try my best to give little snippets of code here or there, or just like a screenshot of my conversations with the developers, just to give everyone kind of an inside peek.
Yeah, you have to do that, guys. No matter what, you got to make sure you're sharing your project. You're sharing what's going on. You're sharing tidbits. You're showing the inside of your realm. So it's a great thing to do. That's what people should be doing. Marketing anything, you should be showing the insides, the outs, and what's going on with you personally. I created my podcast centered around network marketing. That I'm involved in the Algorand with NMI, bringing network marketers who know how to recruit. Recruiting is a powerful thing. People think, oh, I'm just going to put a coin together and people are going to buy it. Well, you need people to get that marketing out, get that hype up, the energy up, and that's an important thing. So and it's funny, people say, oh, I don't have time to jump on your podcast. Man, look at BWOMBUS is in his car, on his phone. We're rocking out. You don't even have to be on camera.
That's right. I appreciate it.
We'll just provide that value. And I know your time is limited. I'm glad we're able to get on. If you guys remind you that you got to go to the description. I have my son over here. He wants to do it. Say hi.
Right on. Hey, little guy.
Hey. Go to the description. Follow BWOMBUS. Follow what he's doing. Take a look at the poker if you're into it. If you're into crypto, you got to see what's going on X. We are all on there. We're all promoting marketing each other and sharing. And reach out, see how you can get involved. Maybe get involved with marketing with him as well. And BWOMBUS, I appreciate you, man. Getting on. We made it happen. And if you got any buddies that are creating coins, let's have them on.
I'll send them your way.
That'll be fantastic, brother. Hey, I'll see you on X. I'm going to take a look at your website. again, and then keep crushing it, brother. Have a great day.
Will do. You have a good one as well. Cheers.
Thank you. Talk to you later.